Each profession renews its registration every 2 years. We send you a renewal notification 3 months before your registration ends. You can either renew online or by filling in a renewal form. When each profession renews its registration, we will select a random sample of those renewing, currently 2.5%, and ask them to show us that they have met the CPD standards by filling in a profile. We will only sample professionals who have been on the register for at least 2 years. This means that newly qualified registrants, or those returning from a career break, will have time to do CPD before they may be audited. If you are selected for audit, we will write and tell you at around the same time we ask you to renew your registration. We will ask you to send us your completed profile by your registration renewal deadline. You must also ensure that you renew your registration by the deadline. When we receive your profile, our CPD assessors will assess it and will make a decision against each of the standards. Now we'll cover the audit process in more detail. If after 2 months we haven't received your profile, we'll contact you to remind you. If you send us an incomplete profile, we'll return it to you explaining what you have missed out and ask you to return it to us completed. Once we have received your complete profile, it will be looked at by 2 CPD assessors. CPD assessor is one of the roles undertaken by our partners who work on behalf of the HCPC. At least one of these assessors will be from your profession. If we decide that you haven't quite met the standards, we might ask you for further information. Alternatively, if we decide that your profile only partly meets some of the standards, we may write to you giving you further time to undertake CPD to meet the standards. If we don't receive a profile from you, or after any extra time we give you, you fail to meet the standards, your registration will lapse. It's important to remember that you will stay registered throughout the whole process. So as long as you renew your registration, you will remain registered until we have reached a decision about your profile. If we decide to remove you from the register, this decision will be subject to an appeal process. You would stay on the register until the outcome of any appeal you make. If we do remove you from the register, we'll tell you what you need to do to become registered again. The CPD process is not designed to trip you up or remove you from the register unnecessarily. From our experience of audits so far, we are confident that the majority of registrants are able to meet the CPD standards. So what happens if you can't complete the profile? We want to be fair to everybody, and we recognise that in exceptional circumstances, you might not be able to send us a profile. This might be because of a recent bereavement, maternity leave, or illness, for example. If that is the case, you can ask us to defer your audit. We will carefully consider every request we receive for a deferral to make sure that we are fair to you as well as everyone else who is audited. If we agree to defer your audit, you will automatically be selected next time round.